speaking for the Pan-African Alliance and Collective in particular, distinguished council. Our greetings of peace and friendship. For those among us who don't know, those who are among us who do know, I've been an observant participant in these proceedings dating back to 1990. So I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. I want to share some information from the book Constitutional Law as a prelude to what I'm going to be getting into. This is from Justice Harlan, who was dissenting in the case Plessy versus Ferguson in 1896. And he stated, in the view of the Constitution, in the eye of the law, there is in this country no superior dominant ruling class of citizens. There is no caste here. Our Constitution is colorblind, neither knows nor tolerates classes among citizens. In respect to civil rights, all citizens are equal before the law. The humblest is the peer of the most powerful. The law regards man as man and takes no account of his surroundings or his color when the civil rights, as guaranteed by the supreme law of the land, are involved. Upon reflective thinking, each member of this council should know that, or remind themselves of the public oath of office that they took to uphold the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and the ordinance of the City of Joliet, and the state statutes. That public oath of office confers a certain obligation among each one of these members of the City Council. As we all remember, some time ago during the Black Lives Matter peaceful protest demonstration, the mayor of the City Council went out under the cover of the night skies disguised and engaged in an aggressive act against lightweight youth who was involved in a peaceful protest demonstration. Such an act clearly violated or represents a breach of the public oath of office, official misconduct, constitutional abuse, just to name a few. In addition to aggravated battery and aggravated assault. Such violations warrants or can be best defined as a breach of the public oath of office, warranting the mayor of the City Council to immediately step down from the position of mayor to avoid having to face a challenge in federal court or in the Illinois Court of Claims. So I'm asking right now, and any other council members who have supported this particular infraction against the oath of office, all right, should take that in consideration. Shouldn't be tolerated in any way, form, or fashion. I realized that there was a settlement made to the young man's family with a certain amount of money, but that does not have any impact on the wrongness on the part of a public official going out into the public, manhandling a male youth at a peaceful demonstration, which was, again, the breach of the oath of public office, concerning a removal from the position of mayor of the City of Joliet. I'm asking that you resign today, that you leave out this room, and that you never come back into these chambers again. All right, thank you.
Is there anyone else that would like to speak in the public comments this evening?
Good evening, Councilman. My name is Trista Brown from the organization called Speak Up. And I just wanted to give an update, first of all, about what we call break the silence and with the truth. I know we was here with family 4 months ago, considering the overdose of the fentanyl. And I just want to kind of update what happened through that. I still want to say thank you, Mayor, because he met with the families. And I think it's important that we do be transparent. And I also think it's important that we do forgive each other. So we have that open door policy. I was really proud of that. The 4 families, we met with the chief, and I thought, you know, meeting a new chief should help. But I need to follow you up and tell you what's happening on that. The door was talked about that was going to open that door for those 4 families and other victims. As you know, since then, there's been 10 other fentanyl. We don't call them overdoses, we call them poisoning. So we pretty much want to educate you on the narrative of that. But in light of that, we did meet with Chief Evans, Deputy Matlight, and then I guess Detective Ladores, and we never got anything accomplished with that. The family still was treated with disrespect. They were told that they were going to have an open door policy. The chief decided that it wasn't important to have another open door policy. After they closed the door, they said they were going to open for these victims. So I just think it's really important that we need to keep awareness. We know that this is happening. This is not just a black thing, a white thing. This is a community thing. I think the police department, especially when we talk about second chances, and I like when we talk about transparency, integrity, and trust, community relationships, and we forgot all about police reform. We forgot about the open door policy. See, we got suspended soon. We got our second new chief. And I just want to say, I have nothing against him. I don't even know him. So we all had the opportunity to sit in a room rationally and talk to each other. And I like that. I think that was beautiful. Thank you for that. But you should know what's really going on in that police department. Do they care about them? No, they call them crackheads. I listened to Deputy Matlock talk to these members, these families. They came just to, you know what, we may not ever get justice. But I do know today that we just found another body in the river. And I can reveal a lot of other things that's going on in that. And you talked about Evergreen, it needs to go down. 2 bodies in 419 Bluff was found in that apartment. We followed up with the people who own it. We followed up with the so-called staff of Glenda McCullum is on that staff of the housing. Roger Powell, non-existent. We gotta be responsible. If you're gonna be on these boards, and at the end of the day, there were 7 other people. 10 in the last 3 weeks. So I'm saying this, I've been watching a lot of different things, on the CBS in Indiana, how they retrain the police department to identify such things as those that's found, when things are, she said overdoses, but when you go to that scene, you need people actually trained to recognize what that is. So I said again, don't forget about them. Don't forget that people, treat them as people. And secondly, these 4 families, that the chief stated that he was on an open door policy and that he was going to open these cases was closed in less than 2 weeks. And I think you should know. I think the community should know. Because guess what? It hasn't stopped. So thank you for listening to me. Again, I say again, Mayor, thank you for having an open door policy. Continue with an open door policy. That gives you trust. I asked about an open door policy, and I think it's really important to know that I was told in the chief department by his secretary that he can no longer have that open door policy with his 157,000 people. We just met him. Deputy Matlock came to me and said, how do we have a better relationship? Well, this is where it starts. It starts in that police department. If you're going to close the door after you just said you would open it, and now all of a sudden you don't want to talk to us, they closed it down. And I just think we got to do better. It's all together. It's not just about the mayor and everybody else. It's all of us together. This is our cities. Talk about City of Champions. Go back to be a City of Champions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else that would like to speak?
How's everybody doing? I am Commander Hawk for the Royal Black Panther Party here in America, nationwide. I am the chairman. It's kind of hard to be here. I'm honored to be home. Yes, I am from here. I don't know if Officer Stewart, Lieutenant Stewart is still on the force. That's one of my mentors. Rudy, who played football, that's one of my mentors. Me too, I played professional football here in Joliet, 1988. That's my nephew, Joseph Barrett, that you see with Nancy Pelosi. That's my nephew, who was the same person that dated Janet Jackson now. That's my nephew. I am here. I can't say, Mayor, you are not civilized to be amongst man, but you are uncivilized to run a community. You are the president. The buck stopped you. You're the man. You're the honcho. Anytime you come in our community and you put your hands on my people, we're gonna come here. And when I come here next time, I will not be alone. We come in peace. We come to build a better community for our people, for today, for tomorrow. Not to harass anybody. That's my beef with you. When you went out there, the mayor, the head honcho, and put your hand on a young black man, you started something. you open up a can of worms. Your city might stand for